Welcome back to watching Business Incorporated on Channels Television. We'll head to the markets now for intraday numbers with Will Ebong.
Any good afternoon. It's a bright day, very, very bright. I'm hoping that the numbers I'm seeing from Africa and from other parts of the world.
Yeah, well, we saw this intraday yesterday, and then we saw something else.
Well, right now I'm staying positive because the market shifts anyway it wants, and today might be just that day where they push that needle and move it to that point.
Yeah, I've been warned that any day I wear red.
Oh, Ini, please.
So
keep the red thing round up today. Okay, but I'm sure that today is going to be very good because looking at the sentiment, it's quite like cautious, mixed, like neutral. So the market might just stay in the flat rate.
Yeah, maybe some investors will prefer to take advantage of the price drop from yesterday because it was a huge one.
It was a
more
huge
than 1%,
and we lost that support level that we have, that 96,000.
So perhaps
we will see a change today. Let's just see, and maybe that red thing would not work today. But let's see how major markets was already on the screen there. Positive sentiments at intraday. We see Nigeria's NGX. In the marginal, but in the green, 0.04%, but still at 95,000, losing that 96,000 level yesterday. And South Africa at intraday, we see it's also in the green, 0.02%. Also, Egypt's NGX 30 is performing way better than it had on Monday, than it did on Monday. We saw it up today by 1.65%, up 29,000 level, 802. That's a great one for that index. And Kenya closed Monday's trading session in negative territory. It was down 0.1%. We hope for a flip to positive territory at the close of business today. But let's get a sense of what's happening at the NGX. And we're going to be talking to Abdulrasheed Momo. He's an equity trader at TLW Stockbrokers. Good afternoon, Abdulrasheed. It's good to have you on the show. Abdulrasheed.
Thank you.
All share index went below the support level of 96,000 level yesterday. Help us to understand, based on, the historical patterns and, your charts, the potential consequences of losing the support level.
Okay, well, let me give it good news so far. We are up by 0.09%, which is okay. The market seems to be kickstarting again all the losses it's been going through, but it's still a marginal market. What you need to know was, the market has been going down lately, because of some heavyweights. I think heavyweight of Dangote cement. But I call it a bullish down day because we had more gainers yesterday than losers. But that single act of Dangote cement dropping was actually that made the index drop. Now, looking in terms of technicals, I did say we're looking about the 96,000 points level, and the market is down by about 95,000 plus, close to about 96. So I still feel there's likely going to be recovery within that period. So as we watch, the market is actually fighting within some support levels. If the market stays, we are likely to see a rebound back to about 98,000. If it falls again, then we might be looking at about the main key is just watching the current support levels, and that's why the index is actually reacting to this marginal movement to the top side for now.
Okay, so you mentioned Dangote sugar. Dangote cement, which was the culprit yesterday that brought down the market. It lost 59 naira, about 59 naira in yesterday's trading session. But I just want to know, and people would like to know, are there any market conditions that are amplifying the impact of Dangote cement's price drop? Is there anything pushing that sentiments, pushing the share price down?
Nothing really. It's just normal market condition. If you look at this, the same thing with Geregun stock. Most of these high price stocks are actually on full offers. We are not seeing bids on the other sides. And with this recent movement on, you can see stocks like Owando. I think some shareholders just want to get out and invest money perhaps into their public offer and their rights. But with Dangote at this price, there's no buyer. So anything about in terms of Dangote, I don't think there's no financial, nothing. It's just pure market sentiment.
Speaking of market sentiments, how do you think investors are reacting to the fact that, what do you think, let me just phrase it this way, what do you think the current market trajectory will be going forward? What do you see?
As I always say, I go to the technicals. The market has a cycle, and the market cycle actually peaks. Market cycle actually peaks during the period of the worst period of the market starts from July, right? From, let's say, from July, we start seeing markets coming down, and these are the periods when we see like fund managers going on holidays. So that period we see prices coming down, and as prices go lower, we'll see a form of let's say traders coming into the market. So as I said, as market is into this phase of a bearish trend, we expect some corrections in the next let's say next 2 months. Because if you look at the whole market scenario, right? Let me just give you markets normally oscillate from October ending, November ending into December. We always see a bull market, and the bull market actually peaks in around May. That's why we have that selling May and go away. Then we'll see some rallies entering as far as July. But after July, we start seeing markets actually drop. So it's more of a correction. We don't see anything. All financials so far coming into the market are still very okay, but market is just the word is market is just taking a correction of the table. But for traders, as we see prices go lower, they take opportunities, they buy into the weakness and sell into strength. So it's just a cycle. So there's no panic at all for anybody trading the Nigerian market for now.
You spoke about the correction, say, in the next 2 months. We'll probably see that. But what are the alternative scenarios here? Take, for example, this correction does not happen. What alternative scenarios should investors be considering if the correct predictions do not occur?
I'm very sure of that. Do you know why? If you look at, I deal with data from 1998 to date, a period of December, especially December, right? Out of let's say we're having about a market has only lost from 1998 to the market has only lost 4 times in the month of December. We'll start seeing a lot of activities happening from the ending of October into November and December. So it's a cycle that plays itself. As well, tell people you don't have to be in the market for the whole year trading. You can be in the market for these 3 strongest months, and you make all the profit you want to make for the year. So as it is now, the market is going through that same cycle. It's a cycle that repeats itself all the time. It might not be the same kind of month, but August has shown to be the weakest month in the whole of Nigerian NGX. So if your strategy, you might pick up the strategy and say, okay, during the period of August, I actually want to buy shares as they are going lower. But because most people that have bought those shares in August, there's possibility that they're going to make back those monies in the period of December into January, March. So that's why I'm saying it's a cycle, and it happens all the time. And it works well. As long as the companies are still going to give you, they're going to pay dividends, right? So there's still going to be possible chances that the market is still going to rally. Mind you, the market went very high this year. The market went as high as, I think, 104,000 points. Yeah, so if you see any correction happening, and it's not a mistake, it's just, the bulls don't have the momentum to push up anyway. And we expect the bears, for them to lose steam, for there to be a form of momentum pushing back market. So what we are doing now is we are doing lower highs and lower lows. There's no threat so far. I know by this period, by end of the month or next one, we might start seeing some more of stability in the market.
Okay, so Abdul Rashid, very quickly, one word. Is the market going to close in the green or in the red? I just need that.
96,000 points is still my area of concentration.
So it's going to be. So it's going to be in the green.
It's going to close in the green.
Oh, we're going to hold on to
but
that.
But it's going to be marginal. It's a marginal close for now. The market is going out. It's going out of the.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul Rashid Momo, equity trader, TLW stockbrokers, for sharing those insights with us on Business Incorporated. Let's move on now to other markets. We go to the Gulf, the Middle East, where it was positive too at intraday. Abu Dhabi was up 0.09%. You see Dubai also in positive territory. Still within the region, Saudi was up. Qatar also in the green, doing not badly at intraday. Now let's scoot over to the US, where stock futures were mostly flat early on Tuesday after the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite extended their longest winning streaks of 2024. The Dow Jones Industrial Average futures dipped slightly, if you look on the screen there, by 0.01%, while S&P 500 futures hovered around 0.8%, and Nasdaq 100 futures saw a modest rise of 0.15%. Investors are gearing up for the Federal Reserve's annual Jackson Hole Economic Symposium this week, and all eyes will be on the Fed Chair Jerome Powell's remarks on Friday as Wall Street looks for any clues about what the Fed might do at its September meeting. According to analysts, the Fed wants to show they're in control, but also avoid acting too quickly. Also on the radar this week are second quarter earnings from home improvement retailer Lowe's. The results could provide insight into how consumer spending is holding up amid the current economic conditions. Let's see how Asia markets performed at the close of business today, Tuesday, as investors took a close look at the latest updates from the Reserve Bank of Australia. Japan's Nikkei 225 was up 1.8%, gaining back that 38,000 level. And this is thanks to strong performances in technology stocks. Over in South Africa, we see the Kospi also up in the green, 0.83%. However, there was a dip in consumer confidence with concerns about a potential U.S. recession weighing on the sentiment in that market. Now, on the flip side, Chinese markets didn't have such a great day. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index was down 0.33%, but this is the Shanghai market in mainland China. We see that composite also slipping 0.93%, and this was breaking a three-day winning streak. This comes as China's central bank decided to keep its key loan prime rate unchanged, which was pretty much what everyone was expecting. Australia's S&P ASX 200 was up in the green, 0.22%, inching up there to close at 7,997 points. Although it did briefly cross the 8,000 mark earlier in the session, the RBA's, as the Reserve Bank of Australia's minutes from their August meeting, revealed that they are holding interest rates steady at 4.35%. But inflation is still a concern, stubbornly above the 2% target. That's what all eyes on, inflation numbers now. Central banks are watching that 2% target, trying to get the inflation to meet that target, and they're very cautious about how they're holding rates, that they're holding or cutting rates. They're not cutting too quickly, and they're trying to hold to ensure that they're making the right decisions. Yeah, and that's, I think, what the U.S. is also trying to do. They're not trying to make a move.
The U.S. has met its target. Their target is 3%, and their last inflation was 2.9%, but it seems they're still reluctant and checking if they should
cut rates in the future
or not. All right, Will, thank you so much for that.